the banner from. Okay, what's up, everybody? Listen, look, Beyonce then came down and dropped a record on Juneteenth, and let me tell you, I was lit and excited when I found out about the record. I said, "Hold on, Beyonce did what?" And I said, "Let me go check it out." Now I was reading all the comments, and everybody thought it was the other record, and she had remade the other record, but no, baby, no, 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 no. Beyonce came through with her own tribute to her black brothers and sisters,
Mm-hmm.
lit and excited because the queen is always on a mission to uplift us, motivate us, and keep us going. And you already know it's your girl, Miss Diamond. Faith and Hustle, and Shauna
Hey,
is back
y'all,
with us.
I'm thinking
And listen,
blood and drip on me. Ooh, like
yes,
I'm just trying to
yes,
tell you.
yes.
When she had brown girls, other brown girls made it theirs. But if you have no clout, like this is for us
Right.
This is
specifically.
for us. This is
Exactly.
We
type
got a song
song.
from Beyonce,
Okay?
y'all.
Listen. For those who were rocking with us about an hour ago or less than 10, 15 minutes ago, we did another Black Power song too. So check out both songs. But this here on God is like, come on, H Town. H Town is really showing up and showing out.
I'm trying to tell you, we are really at the center of a lot of news, a lot of attention right now. And this is another reason why I just love my city. Beyonce, we love
Listen,
you. You did this. Like this is such
Love
a
you,
prideful song.
dude.
She dropped this
so
on
look, I want to show
Juneteenth.
y'all. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all Beyonce's website before we even get into the record. So this is like her Father's Day tribute, or what have you. But then you click on Black Parade, and Beyonce has like a whole Black Parade situation where you can see
Wow.
being black is your activism. Black experience is a form of protest.
Black
Black
excellence. Yeah.
right. Black Parade benefits Be Good, Black Businesses Impact Fund, meaning her nonprofit is donating to Black businesses that were impacted with the current situation going on. And it's
Mm-hmm.
by the National Urban League to support Black small owned businesses in need. She has created
Yeah.
a directory with the curators Zarina Arcus with black dot own dot everything. And
Everything.
if you scroll, you see all of the black businesses. It touches art, beauty, fashion, home living, lifestyle, restaurant, bars, services, and well.
Hmm.
Beyonce
I
is
wonder what you got to do to be on there. I wonder what you got to do to get on
Right.
to the
To
directory.
be
That's
featured on the
phenomenal.
website.
exactly. I want to know too, but I'm just looking.
Yeah, because I
Look at all
was,
that melanin. Look at all that beauty.
Look at all
yes,
that, and it's
all that
taking you straight to
melanin was
their website.
popping.
So I'm not gonna click on any of them, but I'm just showing y'all what her thing. It's taking you straight to their website to go buy. I mean, this is amazing.
Wow.
The queen never fails, never
It delivered.
fails. Look at that. Look at that.
That's
Like
crazy.
I listen. And if y'all not motivated by the stuff that Beyonce does, then I don't know what to tell y'all.
This song should have had y'all Googling so much and learning so much about your ancestry, your history, your roots, um,
Yeah.
your everything about you from your DNA. It's just like I freaking love this song and I can't wait to break it down even more. Her website though,
I know, right? I
I didn't
gotta
even
go
look
to
at
the
it like
website
that.
and check it out. I gotta
Her
go check out
website has
the
always been. Y'all know Beyonce is another one of my fan. I'm a fan out on Beyonce too. Beyonce
Of
is
course.
always using her platform, and her website has always been that place you can go to learn your story. Like when George Floyd happened, Beyonce actually posted on her website. She posted Breonna Taylor, happy birthday, Breonna Taylor. Like her website is that go to place where you can figure out what's going on and things that they try to keep silent. Beyonce keeps in the forefront. Like even
Mm-hmm.
with Trayvon Martin's mom, she's running for political office, and so Beyonce is putting that in the forefront. It might not see, and that's the thing. A lot of people follow Beyonce on her Instagram and her Twitter, and they like, "Oh my God, Beyonce finally made a post on Instagram." But it's like she's posting on her website. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You know what? That is one thing though. She's never denied her blackness. She's always embraced it. She's never like been like, you can't even get me to front on anything other than who I
Right.
am.
Right.
So I
exactly.
just know it's that detailed.
Oh yeah, Beyonce is on point. Listen, y'all. Her website, I want y'all to go check it out. It's Beyonce.com. It's really easy. Beyonce.com. Um and just check it out. But I honestly I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this song. And I know for a fact that this song is probably gonna be in the top Billboard charts probably in the next couple of days. If it
Oh
ain't
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Beehive supports Beyonce like no other. Okay.
I
This song
know.
is for every generation, every child,
Hmm.
every adult, every old person. Like, if you ain't mad, I understand if you are. That's all I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh.
This is amazing. I think we
Listen.
should break down the verses because there were so many things about it that I didn't know until hearing it and being like, well, what is a bob tree? You know what I mean?
Right.
What is
Exactly. Make
this?
sure y'all leave us a comment as y'all watching the video. We want to know your thoughts as well on the Beyonce record. So please let us know. But yeah, it was some stuff. So look, let's break down the lyrics. I'll do the chorus because like I'm
Here,
here
let me
for
pull
the
it up right
chorus.
here.
Okay, so the chorus starts out. And I know the song doesn't start like this, but the chorus is just my part. I love it says, "Honey, come around my way, around my whatever mama say so. Mama say, here I come on my throne, sitting high, follow my parade, talking slick to my folks, lift that lip like lipo. You hear them swimming, right? I mean, you hear them swarming, right? Bees is known to bite. Now here we come on our throne, sitting high. Follow my parade, oh my parade. Now Faith's gonna read the first verse, but I'm telling you that hook. Listen, let's break down that hook
Yeah.
because she says, um, lift that lip like lipo. Like you know what that means, right?
How did you take it?
You know how people make them little funny faces with their lips, like you know.
Hmm.
I took it like that. I took it like, yeah, you can have that little duck face all you want, but my people are are on point.
Yeah. I like the whole chorus. The chorus it had like a the mama say part reminded me of Michael Jackson in a sense. Her talking about her throne, talking slick to my folk because you know how we do. You know how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of smack to each other, and when she talks about thrones, it wasn't just her on her throne. It was we on our thrones. So like everybody got
Period.
to share. Everybody's coming from that royalty. And the first verse, I really liked how she just represents the South. So I'm gonna read the first verse. I'm going back to the South. I'm going back, 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 where my roots ain't watered down, growing, growing like a bob tree. Of life on a fertile ground, ancestors put me on game, on charm on gold chains with my ocean energy. Drip on me, woo, onk, or the shiki print. Hold up, don't I smell such a nag, champa incense? Yeah, pure ice bust down, flooded on my wrist out. Oh, going up, motherland, motherland drip on me. Oh, I love that part. Motherland,
that
motherland,
part. That motherland drip on me.
motherland, motherland, my drip is skin deep, like, ooh, motherland, motherland, motherland drip on me. And she goes on to say, oh yeah, I can't forget my history is her
Her
story. Yeah.
story.
Being
That's
black,
the
maybe
part.
that's the reason why they always mad. Yeah, they always mad. Yeah. Being past them, I know that's the reason why they are big mad and they always have been.
Yes. This whole
Damn.
first verse, it's like, first of all, yes. Oh Jesus.
So that was her repping the South. I like how she said her roots aren't watered down. Like she could still fly, but she knows where she comes from. She knows her ancestry. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all real quick because I pulled up the baobab tree and I found out, of course, it's Southern Africa's iconic tree of life. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Wow. That's news for my ears.
Yes.
Exactly. Come on. Like the whole okay, so in the first verse, she's dropping gems in the first verse as well. Like gems are throughout the whole song. But I
Right.
did like the part where she said drip drip all on me. Um whoa. Oh Lord. I can't pronounce that word, but I liked how she said it. And then
Right.
I also liked the
Bob tree.
melanin.
She didn't say the cross, which was a Christian. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can y'all see it? Okay, so it says it's a prehistoric species which predates both mankind and splitting of the continents over 200 million years ago. Native to the African savanna, where the climate is extremely dry and arid, it's a symbol of life and positivity in a landscape where little else can thrive. Over time, it's adapted to its environment. It's a succulent, which means that during the rainy season, it absorbs and stores the water in its trunks, enabling it to produce fruit that is very nutrient dense, and you can actually eat it. That's the fruit right there. And
Wow.
that's pretty big, right? So every part
Yeah,
of
so that's why she's saying that's why because it produces that. So what you're saying is it's a true that a tree that produces fruit that produces water.
yep,
So
and
it
every
kind of was
part of
a play
the
on
right.
it, like I'm not watered down.
And look, the bark can be turned into rope and clothing. The seeds can be used to make cosmetic oils. The leaves are edible. The trunks store water, and like I said, the fruit has all the nutrients. And women turn this fruit into a natural source of beauty for centuries. So this is something our people grew up on. Like,
Right. Man, this is actually a good song. Like I really like it because I mean it's a song that's deeply rooted to who we
It
are, where we come from. Because we was snatched from our motherland. We was snatched from our country. We was snatched from our roots, which was in Africa. That is where we was snatched from to come to somewhere else to build for someone else to enjoy, which I think is crazy because I mean we was already in our own country, in our own
kings and
world,
queens.
building. Yeah, well, we were kings and queens just building there.
that's that Ocean energy that she was talking about with the Ankh, because the Ankh. I love that symbol.
Yes,
It
Yeah.
about your life. Yeah,
life, and Ocean energy is a water element, and she is known for luxury and pleasure and sexuality and stuff like that. So the whole like first verse just had me want to repeat it before I even got to the hook. I was just like, wait, what did she say? What did she say? Hold on. Oh my God. I'm overfilled.
and see, when she said I'm going back to the South, and I was like, okay, and I'm thinking, I mean, people could be like, oh, okay, well, like down south, like where we are here in Houston, Texas, but my mind was like when she said going
Like,
out, I actually just traveled. It was like going back to my roots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
well,
where
I actually thought going back south was kind of like slave. I don't know. I took it as a slave reference because remember, like the song. First of all, y'all, let's break it down. The song was released on Juneteenth, so it was a
We
song
were
meant for
free.
Juneteenth. And for those who don't know, Juneteenth is a Texas holiday. I always tell people this is a holiday for Texas, but the rest of the world celebrates it because it was the day that the final slaves in America were free.
2 years
Right.
there.
Told that they were free. We were
Right.
free 2 years prior to this, but until the general came and spoke in Galveston and said, it is now that you are free. And the problem is we didn't find out until 2 years later.
Right.
Everyone around the world was free. Texas
Right.
was the furthest away from the Union. So Texas kind of got away with a lot more.
I
Right.
think Juneteenth would
Like,
be an amazing holiday for us to celebrate. I once I started really getting to know myself more spiritually, it like Columbus Day bothered me. Like certain holidays that just took from my people or took from me, it just wasn't something worth having. But I feel like if they were to make this or when they make this a national holiday, that like
because this is our Independence Day.
it is.
Juneteenth is our.
Right.
It would be most Black people's Independence Day because some Black people have strong views on why they don't celebrate Juneteenth. I had a conversation with somebody recently, and he was just breaking down like, no, why would I celebrate the day that we found out last? Like we just don't celebrate that we last to know that slaves are free, and it's like
That's not the
it's
point.
our freedom.
Yeah, it's not
I
Right.
mean,
us
we
being the
were we
bad.
and Juneteenth for me, Juneteenth further pushes the envelope for why they should pay reparations. But
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you
And
know what's so
he spoke
right?
on that in the song too.
I'm just thinking about how, like, you're right. You do deserve reparations. If they make this a national holiday, Juneteenth, then even white people, even people who are not black, can use that day to have paid time off.
and
You
they
know what I'm
started
saying?
that. A lot of companies started that.
However, we can't get reparations.
A lot of people did start. 2020 was the first time a lot of these corporations celebrated Juneteenth as a national holiday. People like J.C. Penney, I think Target was part of it.
Target was one before. Yeah.
A lot of companies decided, hey, we're going to give you time and a half holiday pay for Juneteenth. Honestly, I was thinking like, well, can it be selfish? Can you just give all the Black people time and a half because they probably not making as
Get
much
it?
as their counterparts. So, but I get it. I'm all here for anybody. I'm here for everybody celebrating Juneteenth because I think this is something that's huge. And Beyonce is breaking barriers because this song was so needed. She released this song strategically on
Yeah,
June.
yeah.
Right.
Number one, she's from Houston.
Right.
And number two, she is a part of Juneteenth. And I'm sure growing up in Houston, Beyonce went to so many Juneteenth celebrations because I know I
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I know y'all wasn't really born in Houston or raised up in Houston, but I know for me, I went to all of the celebrations. I was in the
We
Miss
should. We
Juneteenth
should.
pageant.
I just hope that I feel like just because it's a holiday for some don't mean just how we feel about or how I feel personally about other holidays that just don't fit with me. Like okay, there's Ramadan and there's other religious, things that don't fit. Then if you are gonna appreciate Juneteenth, like you said, I hope that people respect it because I feel like maybe like I don't know, I don't want to speak on it because it's negative, but just haters are gonna do some stupid shit and this is a day to come together. So
It
that's
Yeah.
is,
it.
it is. So you want to read the second verse? We got to get to the second verse because that second verse is killing it.
That second verse is long.
Yeah. It is pretty long because I think it was on some. Let me go back to it here. Go back to it. So I know the first part was like, yeah, yeah. I'm all for us, all black, all chrome, yeah, black owned, yeah. And also black tent, yeah, but what's that? Yeah, yeah, roll by my window down, let them see who win it. And also crack the big smile, zing, go figure. And I was like, wow. And let me see, they like the chick how I charge my crystals in a full moon.
Yes.
And you could send them miles, and I'm gonna send my
Missiles.
yeah. You could send them missiles. I'm gonna send my goons. Baby sister repping. What's that?
Yama.
Maya.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, she got some pretty strong stuff going on in here, and trust me, they God and the enemy are rod bullets bouncing off of me,
Rubber bullets.
rubber boots. And like I have to keep like pausing it because like it keeps going and going, and it's like the thing is like pausing
I'll
in the
pick it up.
middle.
She
Make
gonna
a
pick it up.
Made a picket sign off your picket fence. Take it as a warning. Waste bees from Yoruba. 400 Billy Mansa Musa. Woo. Stroll line to the barbecue. Hey, you stroll line to the barbecue. Put us any damn where we gonna make it look cute. Pandemic flying the runway in my hazmat. Judging running through the house to my art all black. Ancestors on the wall, let the ghost chit chat. Ancestors on the wall, let the ghost chit chat. Hold my hands, we gonna pray together, lay down, face down in the gravel. Woo, wearing all attire white to the funeral. Black love, we gonna stay together. Curtis Mayfield on the speaker. Lil Malcolm Martin mixed with Mama Tina. Need another march? Let me call Tamika. Need peace and reparation for my people. Fuck these laid edges, I'ma let it shrivel up. F this fade and waves, I'ma let it dread all up. Put your fists in the air, show black love. Motherland drip on me, motherland drip on me. So that's the second verse, y'all. That second verse is long and lengthy, but it goes harder than the first one as well
The
because
second verse to me, let me tell you, my favorite line is fuck them late edges. Let it shrivel up. Cause
That
look at
is
my edges,
my
baby.
heart. Yeah, shrivel up, shrivel
Baby.
up, shrivel up.
I
Yes.
love this.
And then I liked how she referenced Tamika Mowry when she said
Yes,
March,
she's
let's call
actually the
Tamika.
founder of Black Matter, Black Lives Matter.
No,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tamika Mowry founded Black Lives Matter? I don't think so.
You look her up.
I thought it was what is her name?
Tamika Mallory.
Yeah.
Oh, Tamika Mallory is the lady who was giving the amazing speeches and
Yeah.
going around through the
Oh,
George Floyd. Um,
Yeah. That's who that is.
yeah, yeah. She came out here, she spoke, and she's actually an American activist. She was the one leading in the 2017 Women's March, for which her and three other co-chairs were recognized. And I think she's from upstate, but yeah, that lady is
No,
phenomenal.
that was actually like a group of the people
she's
that
from New York. Tamika Mallory is an American activist. She was one of the leading organizers of the 2017 Women's March, which she and her three other co-chairs were recognized in the Times 100 that year. Mallory is a proponent of gun control, feminism, and the Black Lives Matter movement. She is known for the chair of the Women's March. So she's the one that is always out here speaking. She's always on the Breakfast Club. Like if you
yeah, I
ever
remember her being on the Breakfast Club.
They talk about her all the time.
You know what makes her such a great speaker is because she's really passionate, she's knowledgeable, it's coming from her heart. I feel like it's like the spirit or her spirit speaking for her, you know, in a sense, like the way it's just brought together when she comes, you can't script that. None of that's fake, none of that's premeditated or written out, you know what I'm saying? And the words that just flow from her, just touching. I like how the song talks about charge your crystals in the moon. You could send the missiles. I'm gonna send my goons. Um,
Exactly.
my and I guess goons, you know, can also be family, your tribe, your culture, your people.
Right.
You
Right.
just happen to call them goons, but for us, they're people that are close. But for me, like this room right here is very spiritual for me. It's very like my feng shui going on. I have my candles. I got my crystals right here. I keep my sage on deck and my incense. So I like how she's promoted that as well. Not just the edges, but spirituality.
Yep.
More so than religion. Because if it was more about religion, she would have said cross instead of aunt.
Exactly.
I listen. Beyonce did today the heat on this record. Child, when it came out, I had it on repeat 100 times. Like literally, and here's the thing: she's always pushing the envelope forward. She's never not uh expressed herself. So I give her credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know she gets a lot of flack because a lot of people think she's, just sitting and watching, but she's actually doing work.
Right. It's just that behind the scenes work that she's doing that a lot of people think you have to be on the forefront, but you don't have to be on the forefront in order to make things happen, in order to make things progress and move. And I mean, just because they don't see her actually out there marching doesn't mean she's not working. Just like she came up with this song, and the song is so powerful and spiritual and moving in so many ways. And I mean, if it doesn't make you want to research about your ancestors and about where you come from and who you are as a
Right.
person, I don't know what this song did for you. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's about being out there in the forefront. I mean, she's putting on her website like the black businesses that are out there for people to shop and help those people grow in business wise. It's like, hey, I have a platform, I'm putting you on our platform. I want people to know who my people are, who you can buy your healthy foods from, who you can buy your jewelry from, who you can buy your clothes from, like what products you can use for your hair. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
putting those people on a great platform, and I think it's beautiful.
Me
I
too.
I love it. I love when an artist can use their celebrity and build up other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I also want to mention that she states Mansa Musa. And for y'all that don't know, he was a ruler of the Mali Empire in West Africa from 1312 to 1337 CE. And he controlled territories and owned lots of gold, lots of money, lots of wealth, and used it to create an empire. And is known to be not one of the, but the richest man in history. It was estimated at 131 billion that he was the wealthiest man in modern history in the
Wow.
14th century. A black, a black king, a ruler. So all this bill, me and my guy were talking about that yesterday. How if we were to spend more money within our own communities, we could create plenty of Black Wall Streets. Black,
Hmm.
our communities made or no, not made. We spent over a trillion or close to $1 trillion last year. So if we were to spend that much together within our own, imagine what we can do within our community. So, yeah, Beyonce has her website and her directory is amazing. I feel like too, we can create our directory as well. That's kind of like what I have with the Humble Hustlers and my family and my team. But it's important to just put people on, make a resource, be a resource. Just that website alone, doing that, to me, is more than her just having to go out and constantly say it. It's there, you know? So, I don't know. I'm going to get to it. It was really motivating for me to.
It was super motivating. Listen. This song, I honestly, I think everybody should take this song, listen to the lyrics, break down the lyrics, start researching some of this stuff, but also use this as a push to go research your history as a individual. Like, not even if you researching the whole black race, but research yourself. Like, go and figure out your family history. This is the time
Yeah,
we
you're
need
right.
to know.
I totally agree. I definitely agree with that.
Talk
Right.
to your living relatives. And it's crazy, y'all, you said that because I was just thinking about my grandmother. She hit 82. And she's got some great stories, but I never really asked her, or it's been a while since I've asked her about us. And she is the oldest living relative that I have. So ask your living relatives, reach out to your uncles, your aunts, the OGs in your family
Right.
You
before
should.
it's too late. Even with these DNA ancestry tests, I feel like, are they worth it? Are they legitimate?
I honestly, I would say if you live in Houston, I'm gonna say really quick. If you live in Houston, there's a library called the Clayton Moore Library. The Clayton Library is a historical library. You can go in there and do research on your family. They have archives of stuff dating all the way back to slavery.
Wow.
So you can you can start at your parents and then go backwards and it'll help you. Like I was able to do that. I was able to take my mom's history, my dad's history, and I was able to go all the way back. I think I was able to get back to at least um, two generations removed from slavery,
Wow.
but I'm still working to get further back because I want to know. It's
Right.
out
Right.
there. Go ahead. The information's out there though. Use
Yeah.
it.
And I mean, you have to definitely check into that because I mean, you definitely want to know where you come from. And lately, I've been telling a lot of people, men and women, definitely talk to your children about police brutality. Talk to them about obeying the law because we don't want another
Right.
black kid that's turning into a George Floyd. We don't want that to happen. So I mean, I've been telling a lot of people like I have
Mm-hmm.
my sister that has nephews, and I've been letting them know, like, hey, y'all be careful. You know what I mean? Obey the law and don't, do anything that's gonna get yourself killed or,
Not that
shot out there.
easy.
Because I mean, they're not playing any games out there. And I mean, we
Man,
really just have to educate our children and let them know and about what's what and what to do and what not to do. And I mean, another thing is that ancestry thing and find about who you are. It is like a beautiful thing because it's like it will make you have this feeling on the inside about yourself, like, hey, I come from this or I come from that. And it's like the more you dig and the more you find out, and it's like the more you will appreciate, not saying that most people don't appreciate, their heritage and where they come from, but it will make you value it more. It'll make you celebrate it more than what you have been.
I agree. I totally get that, and I think we have to just continue
I
to push the envelope. But I don't think it's easy to talk to. There's no easy answer on how to approach the police. Cause
let me
like,
tell you this. I have two boys.
uh-huh,
That that alone, I'm trying not to get emotional, but that alone is the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. You can have conversations with them about how to be a man, to speak up, but you can't talk too much. Be smart, but don't tell them how smart you are. Save your money, but don't show it. There's always something. And that's the scariest part is you never know. You can tell them
Right.
how to live right as a person, how to be a good man, but you can't predict what other people do. And all you can do is pray and hope that,
Yep.
and trust that God is with them and that they stay. I teach my children to pay attention to their energy, their vibe. If it don't feel right, leave. Um, listen to your intuition. We were just talking about how Jesus Christ in the Bible is actually black. And we not we, but people put up a white image so that at young ages, it teaches children to look at a different race as superior than. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with society, the best bet is to be home. People want their kids to grow up too fast and get out and get a car and get a job and get your own house. But when you look at other communities, they build together. They live together.
Exactly. They do.
When my kids grow up, if they're 18, 19, and they want to stay home and save money and do their thing, they can stay here as long as I'm alive. I will never be that type. And I feel like we also need to stop looking down. We need to hold each other accountable. And when you see something, say something. Because we know what's right, but we don't know what to predict from the next person. You can tell them hands down. George Floyd did nothing wrong.
Nope, not at all.
But I'm sure he was taught the right things to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We have to come together on police reform. Dr. Letitia Plummer had an amazing, I don't want to call it a petition, but it was like a bill she wanted to write for the city in regards to police reform, mental health, supporting communities within our city, well, the sub communities within the city, and coming together as one. But I just don't feel like you can truly prepare your children for a world like this. You can only tell them what you know. And it's a scary thing because you don't want them in any kind of pain or danger. All this online stuff, that's why I'm like, I'm good. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Even when you look at the education system right now, I'm frustrated by it. But this song here, it gives us hope. Beyonce gives hope. She gives us pride. And it really shows how strong, how forgiving we are as Black people, because we are always forgiving even though we deserve reparation. We stay, succeeding, and we are royalty. I just want my kids to hear it and absorb it.
Right. Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
And I think everybody should just hear it.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay, love.
Yeah, it's like, listen, this is an emotional topic for a lot of people, but we have to figure out the solution. We have to figure out what's next. It's not about, it's kind of about what you experienced in the past, but then you have to, your history in order to figure out your future. I've always believed in that. I believe if you don't know where you came from, how do you know where you're gonna head? Because you have to be able to know the history and what our ancestors and our forefathers went through in order to get us to this point. And then that's when we have to learn from their struggles and not make their struggles our struggles. That's when I call breaking generational curse. Breaking that generational thing or that generational cycle that is just cycling all over and over and over again. And then we're steady dealing with the same health issues. We're steady dealing with the same. None of this stuff has to be hereditary. You know how they say, oh, your parents had diabetes, you're subject to have diabetes. Yeah, that's because we eat what our parents eat. But if we decide, let's do better, let's eat better, let's teach our future generations to eat better, then
eat healthy.
Go ahead.
Right, yeah, because it's about when you mention the generational curse and everything, and it's like if you was always taught to, well, if your mom was the type of mom was like, okay, well, hey, we having fried chicken and this and that and all that other stuff, but it's like okay, but you know your mom suffered from high cholesterol and all those types of things. It's like when you get older, it's like, okay, you know what? Those are habits that I don't want to bring on myself. So let me learn to eat healthy so that I can live longer, and then teach my children to eat healthy so that way they could live longer. So I mean, it's just like you have to learn how to adapt and make those changes. Mom was doing one thing, but it's like, okay, well, cool, mom done that. But now I'm gonna do this because I want my children to eat healthy. I want them to be able to live longer. And I mean, it's all about, like she said, breaking the generational curse. And I mean, but it's about not it's just a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing, you know, to do something like that. And I mean, I just think for is in this world, period, it is gonna take time, and it's going to take prayer, and it's going to take patience, and it's going to take more than just black people to make a change out here in this world. And I mean, it's going to take a lot of work. And if we don't pray, if we don't stick together, if we don't come together, it's never, the changes are never going to be there. But if we do like we're supposed to do for its change, pray, stick together, help each other, be there for each other, there will be change.
I see you said it, and that's the thing. We have to stick together. We have to um work together. It's kind of like what Faith was saying earlier about money only stays in our community for 6 hours.
Yeah.
It, that's not good.
No,
When
it's
you
not.
look
It's
at
not good
other
at
people,
all.
they stay they the money cycles through their community at least 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But the thing about it is, when it comes to things like that, I look at Hispanic families. It could
Hmm.
be five of them in five families in one home. They're gonna buy that home. They're gonna buy the land. They're gonna fix it, put it together, make it happen. Once that home is done, taken care of, paid for, they're going to another property, buy that
On the
property
same street.
on the same
Yes.
street. So now you have four families in this home.
And
Now
it
they're getting that home and done and do everything. Now they're on to the next property. So now it's three families. And I'm like, that is how they stick together.
is
And if
beautiful.
we could do some things like that, we could stay in the house together and be like, okay, I feel like us black people, we are some outside the box. We are great thinkers. We are people that can build and make things happen. It's just about, okay, well, hey, we want stuff in our community. We need to do stuff like, okay, hey, we're gonna buy this property, we're gonna build it, fix it, and make it all good and great for somebody to live in. Boom. Now you got the next house, and it's just basically doing the same thing. And it's also business wise. I just talked to someone recently about black businesses, and I'm like, if you got McDonald's that's selling a burger for 250, and you got Darlene's Burgers that's selling it for 250, pay the 250. Don't be like,
Go to
oh,
Darlene.
I want the hookup, give me the hookup. Like, no, you don't go to McDonald's asking for the hookup for the, like, come on, like, put into your community. And this is part of the problem, the reason why some of us don't be able to flourish as much because we want the discount, we want the hookup, instead of being supportive of the community, period, and just pay the price. And then on top of it, I'm just like, okay, cool, if you know the knowledge to help someone, give that person the game, give them the knowledge. Don't be afraid to give them the knowledge,
That
because
is true.
if that person is a good person and they're genuinely your friend or they're genuinely your business partner, once they get to a form of plateau, if they're a good person that they say they are and they've been successful, they're gonna come back and get you. Because I know if it's me and I'm plateauing and I'm at a certain level, I'm getting my friends and I'm bringing them with me because I'm gonna give them the game on how to get there. And I think that's also another thing that we don't do with each other. We don't give each other the game. We don't give each other the platform because, oh, I don't want this person to succeed more than me and this and that. Like, we can't be that way with each other. Like, we have to keep our money in our community. We have to do those things. We have to keep money in our community. We have to get our own stores, our own dealerships, our own banks. We need these things.
But okay, hold on, because y'all, you done said a whole lot of real stuff, and I want to tap in with you before I forget, and I want to just give 2 cents on and piggyback off of you, if you don't mind, Shauna.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We know, okay, when it comes to the people who don't think like us, they want to worry about brand names and they want to shop there, forget them, okay? I don't want to be around them. I won't work with them anyway. Those type of people in that mindset, you stay right where you at. And the ones who think like we're speaking, we can come together. It's not just about coming together. It's about coming together and understanding differences. Not all Black people are the same. Not all anybody is the same. So I feel like the problem is a lot of people talk to talk, but not talk to listen. And if it was as easy for us to get banks and houses and stuff like that, we would. But we aren't able to because of a systematic oppression from the emancipation. Soon as they released slaves, they started creating federal prisons for us. They put it to where we could never be able to have our own. When you look at other cultures, you wonder how an Indian, no disrespect, or somebody else could come from another country and then have 3, 4 gas stations. Oh, well, you guys are lazy. You ain't do nothing. They were able to use basically line of credit from their country and bring it here and get a bank loan. We're not promised that, and it's not made for us. We have to shop with Unity. There's the only Black-owned bank in Texas is right here in Houston, and it's on the verge of getting shut down because they don't have enough support. If we go open a checking account there, everybody go open a checking account or a savings account, support that. Maybe then we could get it. And I also feel like when you talk about breaking curses, okay, some stuff is easy to acknowledge. My daddy got high cholesterol or high blood pressure. Those are obvious things, but there are a lot of generational curses that are unconscious and unknown. And I feel like it's brought on easier. It's easier to acknowledge when you look at your parents and see how they were raised. You get what I'm saying? See how your parents were raised to why they are the way they are. And now me as a parent, there are things that I definitely do that my mom and dad did for me, and there's things that I would never do. Just because I just didn't like that. But we owe it to our ancestors to walk with intent, to be prideful, whether you know them or not. We truly are our ancestors' wildest dreams. If you think about your family and the legacy that you're building with Diva Dreams and H-Town Jams and Diamond ENT, you're thinking and building a legacy for family members that you don't even know yet. They may never know you, so we owe it to them. And I feel like if you can't figure out what it is exactly, just follow your spirit and listen to your intuition, because they help guide you more so in a sense than any book that tells you what to do. But I love.
I want to share. I want to share this. Like, I want to share something with y'all, right? So there's this guy who is buying up the historic Fifth Ward in Houston. I don't know if y'all heard about this story. And this is the website. It says buytheblock.com campaign, buying the block in the historic Fifth Ward. And buyingtheblock.com it's a generalized website, but this is the Fifth Ward website. So they have raised $107,000. The goal is $535,000. He's trying to buy the historic Fifth Ward. He wants to invest in 18 rentals with long-term tenants, mostly senior citizens. He wants to have a restaurant and an empty space that will be a coffee shop and a new construction office space in Fifth Ward. Let me see if I can play this video. Hold on, y'all. I really want y'all to see this. Let's see if I can get this video to play.
I heard he was on Sweetie Pies.
I don't remember. Let me see.
I know where those are. Yeah, I know exactly what I
I
said.
can't hear any audio though.
Oh, you can't hear the audio?
Mm-mm.
Set up an entire shopping center and turn it into office space.
There we go.
Is what's the first definition of confusion? The opportunity that I am up to
I know where those are.
So look at how much employment that generates within the community as well.
Wow. Increase the value.
I'm just so happy that there are people who are already in a position to do something that are doing something. And
Yeah.
money is
Right.
nothing. You could save up thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, but it ain't shit until you spend it. So
Exactly.
Exactly. And listen, really quick, the investments start a minimum of $250, which gives you 5 shares of the 3204 Lions Avenue LLC. Then you can do a $350 investment, which gives you 7 shares, and $500 gets you 10 shares, 15 shares at $750, 20 shares at $1,000. $1,500 gives you 30 shares, 50 shares at 250. I mean 2,500. You get 100 shares at $5,000. You get 150 shares at 7,500. And then for $10,000, you're gonna get 200 shares of his company. And he already had 6 people who has invested $10,000. So
Wow.
I look at it as, and Faith, correct me if I'm wrong, I look at it as how he's saying shares, meaning whatever the profit margin of this project, they're gonna get a piece of it.
yes, and me more so on the real estate side. I'm more on residential. I would love to get more information about, what more they're doing with real estate out here in the city. And I just wish that like there was a flyer in the beginning, but the fact that they have that there, I'm definitely down to do it. I feel like we're kind of behind on that, but we're very well and capable of having maybe even two plazas like that in our community. You
Right.
know, it's possible.
I think
We
he's
just need to spread
setting
it.
the tone. I think he's setting the tone of just buying your community. I think he's setting it. Because if you go to the actual buytheblock.com, there are so many different companies that I mean, there's so many different things that you can invest in.
And speaking
Hmm.
of buying like into the community, somebody I'm not sure we've highlighted him or not, but Slim Thug. He has his own construction company. He went back to Acres Home, the street he was born and raised on, and started rebuilding those homes. And I mean, they are wonderful. They're beautiful on the
Hmm.
inside. And he took a whole street and did all of those homes. And I mean, they are beautiful on the inside. The same thing you would get with the garden tub and the standing showers and all those type of things, marble counters and whatnot. You get that in
Hmm.
those homes in Acres Homes, and I really appreciate Slim Thug for getting a construction company
Right.
to build and put back into his community where he grew up at. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's so many artists. They, oh, well, I give back, I give back. But some people we see, some people we don't. But Slim Thug is personally one of my favorite artists that I've actually seen do the work.
Slim do a lot of stuff. He's really well rounded in his career, and he is one of the ones who gets community involvement, even with his boss life balls, like the
Yes,
galas, to building it up. But one thing I do want to say, because to me it's a fine line, because we always, well, not we, but people tend to always expect that celebrities spend their money back into where they're from, which is the right thing to do. But it's really on the people, the everyday people who live there too, to do just as much as what a celebrity is doing. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yes,
So I give Slim Thug much love because he didn't have to. He could have been selfish with his money. He didn't have to do any of the stuff that he did. And it just shows how much he really does love us, because he invites us to his little shindigs and stuff. He goes live. Um, buying back the block is important, but the fact that he's offering shares and giving it away at a, not giving it away, but he's offering at reasonable prices. What you said, starting at $250 to own
Yeah.
real estate is a
yeah,
very important thing. Y'all know real estate is my passion, and I feel like, to me, that's something that I'm interested in doing, is getting a share, because I always wanted to own land. That's the one thing that you can't build more up.
right,
You can build up, but you can't build out. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So, like, buying land is important. The fact that it's a community investment, it matters, and then it will also bring in more people with jobs, employment, enlightenment within the city, uplifting value.
And see,
I'm
this is
for it.
what Beyonce has done. This song has gotten us talking on a vast variety of topics. This
yeah,
song
Hmm.
has gotten us there, and I think that's why I say she always pushes the envelope, and she pushes you to think further, pushes
right,
you into really just being you, but on a higher level. And there's nothing wrong with buying back your block. And you don't have to
You
necessarily
should.
buy into Fifth Ward. You can buy into Cypress. You can buy into the North Side, whatever neighborhood you are in or you relate to. Heck, you can even go back to New Orleans and buy New Orleans.
Right.
yeah,
I just feel like it gives everybody a sense of ownership. And that's one of the most important things to have, is, a share is something that you can pass on.
You really can.
yeah,
And here's the thing.
If
I
I
was on the
and I pass
website
on, that's something I can give to my children. Huh?
and I was on the website and I was searching to see what else came up in Houston. And
Hmm.
the only other thing that came up was somebody is trying to fix up South Union. But they
yeah,
haven't gotten any donations yet or anything like that. But they're trying to rebuild property in South Union, which I think is a great ideal. I think if you see a property in your neighborhood that is run down, vacant, and you know it's been vacant, figure out who owns the land, figure out
mhm,
the information on the property, and then figure out the cost. And yeah, start raising the money, and then you and your community can go buy that land, fix it up,
right,
turn it into a community center, turn it
yeah,
into something to where your community can benefit, and all of your names can be on the building.
right, right, right.
Yeah. I just don't think people really take advantage of sharecropping, crowd funds. Um, they're more willing to want to save a lot of money to say they dropped the bag or dropped the lot on their own, than to be willing to put in for a greater cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So
Right.
I don't know, if you can afford $1,000, do that. But if you can't afford that, there's so many other ways that you can get into helping the community when it comes to real estate, picking up litter. You can. Well, now we're pretty much stuck home, but yeah, I guess it's pointless now. But there's still a lot of things that you can do within the community to help build
It's
it.
a lot.
There's
You
a
can
lot of
actually
ways.
it
like
really, really is.
It's a lot of ways. Like how Beyonce listed all those businesses. Even if you go to her website and you click on one or two of those businesses and patronize, like I'll tell you one thing I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and I'm continuing the cycle is I have been buying from black businesses that are restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat no meat. And a lot of the black owned businesses that I see are like meat type businesses. So I just buy the food and I give it to a family member or somebody who eats that kind of stuff. And that's what I've been doing. I recently found out about a soul food restaurant in my neighborhood. It's called Soul Food by Catherine's. It's actually a good place. I actually bought the food, gave it to somebody. They gave me raving reviews on this place. Then there's this
Oh.
um, place in Missouri City called Bojji's Barbecue, which is Chicago style barbecue, and they gave me rave reviews on that. And I go to Soul Food Vegan because I eat Soul Food Vegan.
Yep,
There's
they have good
Sunshine,
food.
yes, Sunshine. So there's many places in Houston that you can go and just support restaurants and go to their businesses. But I will say that we have to do our part, and everybody can figure out the way for their part. My part is going to buy black restaurants and giving the food to people who eat that kind of stuff, and your part could be something totally different.
Mm-hmm. But
Well,
that's how it's supposed to be. That's
right,
what makes everybody so. That's what makes us so wealthy and resourceful, is because everybody's got their own passion and purpose. But
right.
it helps the bigger thing, the bigger picture. I love it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And I think the restaurants that we have here for the smaller places that's not getting the recognition right now, I think those should be some of the places that we do interviews on so people can know about these places and go to these places and get
Agreed.
the food and support the business.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's what, yeah,
Agreed.
yeah,
Definitely.
I agree.
And look, don't let. I got a fast metabolism, but I can eat. I can eat. So I
Well,
love
thank
promoting food.
we definitely want to get together
I
then.
can understand that too, though, Dami, because food is. I associate food with love. Happy birthday, graduation, when you know,
Your
anything that's
wedding
celebrating,
day, your
yeah,
birthday.
anniversary, you have food. But I really feel like for me, what I've been doing to give back is promoting home ownership. I just closed on a lease, and it is a black couple, and I'm very excited because actually, majority of my clients are Hispanic. And out
Hmm.
of the 4 years that 4.5 years that I've been a realtor, I've only helped one family, one black family own a home. And it made me cry actually, because I was just so happy about that. That was about a year and a half ago. But I do want to promote more black home ownership. I do want to
Yes,
promote more
yes.
black businesses. And I feel like another way that I give back is through these shows. We've been promoting a lot of artists, and we're opening our doors to promoting other businesses as well through sponsorships and ads. So this
Mhm.
will also be our way, you know?
Yep.
This
Yeah.
is this is our platform, and this is our chance to use our voice. We equally have voices and influences, and we just need to use them. I think going back to the Black Parade record, I think it's needed, and it's something that we are gonna just put on repeat. We we actually didn't even
You
go
need
through
to
the question.
absorb it. I need to look online and see what dances have come out, because Beehive don't play, and usually within the next few hours of a song, her song dropping, there's already a choreography going on. So I need to learn
Yes.
some new
It's gonna be a
moves.
line dance somewhere.
Yeah, I'm with it, and I feel like we should absorb the song, love the song, blast it till you know it backwards. Teach it to your
Right.
kids. If your granny, your grandparents are alive and they're not hip to Beyonce, send it to them.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I like the song. It makes me happy.
I
It makes
like
you
it.
glow. It gives a glow to everybody.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it as well. I rated a 5.
Oh yes, I give it a 10.
Yeah, yeah. 5 out of 1 out of 5. I give it a 5 as well. That song hit the soul. It hit the core. Our ancestors are turned up. Okay,
Right.
like they are turned up too.
And really quickly, I'm gonna say this song is gonna have longevity.
Oh yeah.
Longevity for sure. I think this is gonna
Yeah.
be a repeater, and
Most
we can
definitely.
play it ever and ever and ever to know our history, know our roots. This song should have pushed everybody to go do their research.
For
Yeah.
real. For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. I think this is probably going to be one of the most played songs, especially for Juneteenth, like every year from this year moving forward.
That too. That
Yes,
too.
this might be the anthem of Juneteenth.
Huh? It
This
might as
might
well be since
be
she dropped it on that day as well. But I feel you on everything y'all been saying.
Yeah.
this got to be the anthem. This is
Yeah.
our new Juneteenth anthem, okay? I claim it, I call it. Y'all go stream this song, support this song, go out and support anything Beyonce does. And Beyonce is one of the voices of our culture. She speaks for us, she uplifts us, she actually gives us that voice that we need. And she's the voice to the voiceless. I mean, to be honest and frank, when Beyonce is speaking to the generations, they listen. And I'm glad that she's using her voice and her platform to continue to speak to the generations to know that you do not have to be silent about what's going on in the world.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
fact.
Yeah. So,
That's fact.
well, how did you enjoy being on the H Town Review, Shauna?
I love it. I love it. I love it. It was good to be here. It was great to be in company of two wonderful, beautiful, powerful young black women. And I can't wait to come back.
I look, we can't wait for you to come back
Me
either.
neither.
And I'm excited. So thank you so much to everybody that tuned in. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to H Town Gems everywhere the H Town Gems is. Be on the lookout because H Town Gems has a lot more to come. Make sure you follow at Faith and Hustle and at
Yes.
D
And Diva Dream,
underscore DIVA
yeah, underscore
underscore
dream.
Philippines. It's right there on the screen. Make sure you support
Follow
everybody.
down below.
Yes, because listen, we would not be here without your support. And I'm Miss Diamond, and you can follow me at the Real Diamond ENT. And listen, we are here for the Beyonce record. We want y'all to support the record and turn up with the record. And until next week, make sure you keep the faith and hustle. That's the thing.
No, girl, you can't, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. We ain't finna do this 2 shows in a row, girl. Look, if we gonna end this show, then let me end the show. I want y'all
Okay.
to love the skin you're in, be yourself, okay? Remember, you are royalty, you are sitting on a crown, you have a crown, you're sitting on a throne, and as always, y'all, keep the faith and hustle.
That's right.